Hello, it's Gem Games here once again, and in this video we are going to create a level starting animation. So when the level starts, the screen will be black, and the black will fade away, and also we will add some other effects. So yeah, let's get started. First, we actually want to go to the HUD folder, and we want to create a new user widget, widget blueprint, and the type will be user widget like this. Okay, let's rename this to level start fade or something like that. Let's open it. Okay, this is taking pretty long. Then we want to add a canvas panel. Okay, and here to the canvas panel, we want to actually right click on it and wrap with scale box. Okay, we want to click this scale box and we want to change this stretch to fill, like that. And now we want to click the canvas panel again, and we want to add an image like this. We want to anchor it to the full screen, and we want to reset all these offsets. So 0 on all of these 4 values. Okay, now we want to go to the tint of the brush, and we want to change the color to black. And press OK. Now what we want to do, we want to add an animation. Let's call this animation start anim, for example. Let's click it. Let's add a new track on the image 0, and let's actually rename this image 0 to just image, just so it looks a little bit better. Okay, let's add a new track, which should be render opacity here. And it should already add a keyframe to the 0, and it should be 1. And now let's move this to the 2-second mark to here, and let's change this to 0. Now it adds a keyframe also to there. And you can obviously make this look however you want, but this is mine. I will show you. It will slowly fade away in 2 seconds. Okay, not that slowly, but you know, you get the idea. Now let's move this back to the 2-second mark, and let's add yet another track, which will be event trigger. And now we want to click here, add a new keyframe. Okay, now we can see this little keyframe here. Let's right click, let's go to properties and events, create new endpoint. Okay, and here on the new endpoint, what we want to do is we actually want to remove from parent like this. Okay, this just removes the widget from the screen. Okay, let's compile, save, and now we can actually close all this like that. So the next thing what we want to do, we want to actually open the player HUD, and then we want to also go to the first person map, to the blueprints, and we want to open the GM zombies. Okay, let's move the GM zombies left to the left side of the player HUD. I just, for some reason, like them to be like this. It actually doesn't matter, but yeah. Okay, what we want to do now is the following. We actually want to go to the begin play event, and I actually want to delete all of these things from here, all these print string things that I'm not using. Okay, let's actually move this event begin play more up like this, so we have some more space here for another custom event. Okay, and the first thing what we want to do here now is we actually want to move all this to the further to the right. Oh yeah. Now we want to get player controller. Also, let's get a get player character like this. Now we want to get from the player controller, and we want to disable input like this, and we want to actually move this from the target to the player controller like this. Control and left click, and you can move it. And you want to connect the get player character to the target like this. Okay. So when the game starts, it disables our input. Then what we also want to do, we want to get from the player controller, we want to set input mode game only. Let's move it to here. Let's connect it. Let's add a reroute to here. Okay. So it basically just focuses our mouse to the screen. Okay, so we don't have to click it. Okay. After that, what we want to do is we will have to move this even further. Here we want to create a widget, and the widget will be the level start fade, and we want to add to viewport this, so it will add the fade to the viewport. And I forgot one thing. We have to go back to this widget. We can actually click from here, this browse. So we find this level start fade. Let's open it. We want to go to the graph and to the event graph. Here on the begin play, which is the event construct on the widget, we want to get the start animation, and we want to play from it. Play animation. Nothing else. So that was the thing that I forgot. Let's actually move it a little bit closer and align it. Okay, let's compile, save, and we can close this. So back to the GM zombies. Here we create a widget. And after the widget, what we want to do is after this, we want to get this create player HUD widget. Actually, we want to get all these that we just moved away from the other code. We want to connect all this to here. Okay, now we want to compile, save, and go to the player HUD. And here on the player HUD, what we want to do, we will first have to click on the canvas panel here on the designer. Let's add a animation. And the animation, we want to call it also level start any, like that. Let's click it. Let's add a track on the canvas panel. Let's add a render opacity. Let's make it 0 on the start. And then on 2 seconds, let's add a keyframe, so it's also 0. And now to the 4-second mark, let's make it 1. So it will look like this. Like 2 seconds to start come, and then it will come to the screen, the UI or the HUD. Okay. And also we want to add another track here, event, trigger, and add a keyframe to the 4-second mark. Press right click, properties, unbound, create new endpoint, like this. Okay, and here what we want to do is actually we can't do it yet. So let's do other thing first. Let's go to the event graph. And here on the event graph, we want to go to the begin play. And here after the casts, what we want to do, we want to get open the animations. We want to get the level start animation and get it, and we want to play animation like this. Okay, and then what we want to do here also is we want to create a new variable. Let's call it game mode underscore ref, Let's change the variable type to GM zombies and object reference. And let's move this further up under the SPB third person character, which I also want to rename. Let's rename it to player ref, like that. It's much more clear to me. Now, what we want to do here on the kmode ref, we want to change it to instance editable and also expose on spawn. Then let's compile, save, and now what we can do is we can go to the sequencer events here on the graphs. And here we have this canvas panel 21 event, which is the event here at the end of the level start anim. So here, what we want to just do is we want to get the kmode ref, and we want to, we will have to first go to the GM zombies quickly. Let's compile and go there. And here we have this create player HUD widget. And now you should have this kmode ref input here. If you don't, you want to just change this to just this class to something else and change it to back to the player HUD. Now you will have it. Now you want to get from here and get a reference to self. So get a reference to self like this. So now it will basically fill this reference here at the begin play. Okay. And now after all this, sorry guys, I'm actually so tired that I made some little error mistake here. But yeah, let's fix that. So let's actually add a custom event under the begin play. So let's search for a custom event. Let's call that game start or something like that. Okay, now we want to go here to the begin play. We want to copy all these after the create player HUD, increase round, set mystery box number, set mystery box location. Let's Control C and delete. And now we want to paste those under here to the game start. Let's move them maybe to here. And now what we want to also do here, we want to get these two references from here, paste them to here. Now we want to get from the get player controller and we want to enable input. Okay, let's move it to here, connect it to the game start. Let's change this player controller from the target to the player controller like that. Let's connect it to the increased round like that. And now let's also connect the get player controller to here. And we can actually move these closer if we want. Okay, now what we want to do here is we want to compile, save all, and go to the player HUD. And here on the canvas panel where we were before, on the sequencer events, so here on this keyframe, you can also double click this, it will take you here. Here from the game mode ref, we want to just call that start game function. I'm sorry that I made all these mistakes here, but I have been working so much and yeah, I'm super tired. But yeah, let's compile, save, and let's try if the game works like it is supposed to. We cannot move, and the HUD comes, and we can move. And the round should come like now, and yeah, everything looks like it's working pretty nicely. Let's try again. We cannot move, we have the start fade, the widget, the HUD comes to the screen, and yeah, now everything works. So yeah, I think that was all for this video. If you like what you see, please click the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, hope you all have a great day and see you on the next one. Bye.